Salute and honor to the solar beings. What's going on, family? I'm making this video today. I'm gonna speak in reference to this this movie Limitless. This movie Limitless and another movie, what's that? Dawn of the Apes, Rise, the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I saw Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And this movie Limitless. This movie Limitless is basically showing you that obviously the pineal gland being activated, but with it being activated, um, they just basically showing you the abilities that are being utilized within the planetary worldly functions, such as money, um, communication, more thorough communication with other beings, because if you look at the main character was soulfully above and beyond, his peers, people that he was partying with and things of that nature. But when you really look at the movie, you see when he first ingested that pill, which that pill symbolizes a drug. The drug is like a jump start that activate the pineal gland. But with him, with him being a human being, that just show you that that jump start is needed because the pineal gland is already undermined. So when you really look at the movie too, it's basically showing you about how you can go from being on a high frequency to you dropping down to a low frequency. For instance, he first became enlightened, and then when you first watch the movie, he was like dead. Like, if you really look at this character, he has like a spirit dead like energy, around him. Like, you can see it all in his face. You can see the imagery on the screen. And then as he took the pill, he had light in his face, which symbolized the sun. And then when the intelligence was gone, he came back to that dead state, looking pale in the face, which is death. It all symbolizes death, symbolizes the moon. So yeah, he got comfortable with the intelligence and things like that. But what they do is they veil it with him uh, going through withdrawal. When he became sick and all those other things, you know, he started throwing up. But what he didn't know is that his power, he was powering down, which symbolized the soul, the so-called black folk, is that when you lower your vibration, your soul, when you get sick, that happens when you get sick, you lowering your vibration. So that's what happened. He got sick and he had a limp. And the guy who the first the guy who introduced that pill to him, he met up with his sister. He met up, the main character met up with the guy's sister, the distributor, late on in the movie. And she was basically going over the effects that she had after, you know, discontinuing taking the pill. So that's what they showing you, that this is what they showing you. They showing you basically that you just vibrate low when you get around certain activities such as drinking, smoking, having aimless sex. And this is by experience. I've been through it. I've been through it in my time. Even now, going through trials, obstacles, things of that nature. The going through while you walking that path. These are things that just take place, but everybody have their own path, different situations. But I know when if I'm getting it on or whatever with my lady or whatever, and I end up losing my light. I burst out that light. Yeah, some of that energy is going to get stripped. You know, it's going to get stripped. So the way to regain it back, you gotta stay away from low vibrational beings. And you gotta eat the right food. Keep your energy high. Sun gaze and everything else. So that's what it's about. This character, Eddie Mora, you know, he just lost it. He had a limp. When you see somebody with a limp, that just lets you know that their energy is just unbalanced. There's no balance, and that's what I observed when I watched the movie. He just kept limping. While he was sick, he didn't hit his leg. He didn't injure. He didn't injure himself. You know what I mean? So I put two and two together. Like, why is he limping? And that just goes to show that he's just unbalanced. The energy is not in harmony. You know, so that's what that show you. Got a spirit. You on that spiritual frequency, vibrating on the spiritual, and yeah. So I'm just going to eliminate that as far as the Limitless movie. We gonna move on and talk about this whole Planet of the Apes thing. They had this scene where Caesar, all got to do with rulership and things like that, but it's more it's more to that name. It's more to that name, Caesar, you know. But I'm not gonna get into that right about now. I just want to jump into the scenes where, it was a house that he would go into that he would call home, and this guy, because he was a orphan, the ape or whatever was an orphan, and one of the human beings ended up taking him in as a family member, so on and so forth, and just looked after Caesar, and Caesar had advanced intelligence and things like that, and the house that he was in, the house symbolizes the body, and it had like the steps was like coiled, like it had coiled like a helix type staircase, and then when you go up the staircase, there's books there. You got bookshelves and things like that, which symbolizes knowledge. You know what I mean? And he would go to this window. That window has like some type of symbol, sigil, which looked like a star. and that symbolizes the pineal gland because it's like under the peak of like the the uh the peak of the house. You know how the house is built. You know you got that pyramid like structure. You know when you look at some of these houses, and they got that window there, or sometimes people have like that vent structure, whereas though it look like a circle or a pentagram, you know, under it or whatever. So under that peak, because it looked like a pyramid, but it all symbolizes the pineal gland and things of that nature. So if you look at the movie, you realize that Caesar had the ability to go up in the house. He was able to tap in to the pineal gland, and then the main owner of the house, the guy, the human being who took into consideration of taking care of him, looking after him as his own. You got him and you got his father, which are the owners of the house. You realize when they was looking for Caesar, they couldn't really go up inside the cockpit. The cockpit, which is the door that they take down the door, they open the door, the latch, or whatever, break the little door down, and you go up, and it's like this little storage area, and then you got that window there. As you can see, they didn't go up there because it's not meant for them to go up there. You know what I mean? They don't have the ability to go up there. And then within that whole scene with them showing you that the parent, the guy, one of the characters who took care of this ape, they show you that he wasn't able to go up in there, and they made the scene a little dramatic to have you in suspense to take you off on what's taking place. You know what I mean? They just showing you that the human don't have the ability to go up in the cockpit. They don't have access to that higher knowledge. You know what I mean? They don't have access to that ape. Which is really they telling you about the so called black people when they talk about these apes, man. These apes. You know, that's what they doing. But they see people would look at it emotionally and be like, "Oh, well, we came from apes." No, we didn't. They just cloaking it and veiling it. They veiling it to have you think otherwise, and to also think, "Oh, this is a mystery movie." You know what I mean? All these is just apes. You know what I mean? Who just got injected with intelligence, stuff like that. You know, and when you really look at, what was it, Dawn. You look at the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Um, was it Dawn? Nah, I think it was Rise. One of them where Cobra, they was doing a deal with the humans. Caesar did a deal, whereas though electric could be turned on within the so-called area, the area that they was in. See, there was a human virus, not even a human virus. Excuse me. There was a virus going around of the humans being extinct or whatever, and the apes were the ones that survived. They was the only ones that could survive the virus. So it's a lot of science. It's a lot of science. And you got Caesar who decided who was more superior. Intellectually, he was more superior, and what he did was he took that gas, that so-called gas, those cans of intelligence. He took it from the scientist, which is the guy who took in consideration of looking at them as his own, because he was a scientist or whatever, and he took those cans, and he took those cans and shed light on his people. He shed light. He fed his people knowledge, and that's what the movie is about as well. You know, he wasn't bragging and boasting, saying, "Well, I know this and I know that." You know what I mean? He spread knowledge to his people, and that's what those excuse me. So that's what that was about. You know, Caesar was shedding light to his people, and Caesar wasn't the one who was on the ego, bragging and boasting, talking about I know this and I know that, and I did this for you. If it wasn't for me, and all that BS, he looked after his people, spread that knowledge, and they all share alike. They all stuck together as a family, as a team, as a unit, and that's why things came to an end. Well, not really an end. You know, things just got conjured up because Cobra basically was on a tight time. Like, why the hell is we working for these humans? Why is our people carrying out labor? You know, so that's what Cobra, like. I have a problem with that and testing Caesar's authority, and the whole authority thing. You gotta when somebody tests the king and all that, they feel like they gotta put them in a place, because the moment you let them to continue to do that, man, it's going to continue. It's going to happen again and again, and that's where your rulership is decreasing. So that's what that was about, man. The Planet of the Apes is a lot of science up in that movie. Limitless, yeah, it's a lot of science, but thing with Limitless, man, is just they don't really show you what it's like outside the Matrix, because he's still in the Matrix doing all the things of the Matrix. You know what I mean? He's just more character was just more superior, and intellectual wise, and getting things done, keeping things in order. And another thing, man, too, when you vibrating high, there's no way you would want to be in a uncleanly environment. You know, cleanliness next to godliness, man. And I ain't the one to judge out there. Well, I ain't gonna judge like that, but I'm gonna say it like this, man. For you guys cutting your antennas and all of that, I'm just speaking in general. Like, your antennas, it's just like, all right, your hair is your antennas, right? So your hair's your antennas. So you say to yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna go cut my hair," but you don't know that you symbolically saying that you gonna cut your antennas, aka cutting your reception. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? I mean, do you really get the message? You go to these barbershops and things like that, and you got to know that these barbershops is part of the matrix. And I'm not saying this to for people because the like people or dislike anybody. I'm just speaking about fact, and I don't care about no dislikes or likes, none of that. The message need to be delivered. You know what I mean? So when y'all cutting y'all antennas, man, y'all cutting y'all reception off. Your hair grow for a reason. I'm not saying that you can't keep yourself up because you always can. You know what I mean? You can keep yourself up, keep yourself clean, and all of that. That don't have nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? You got to know that your body has been crafted to carry out codes. It's been carried out to to manifest these codes. So that communication can continue to build. But the barbershops is part of the matrix. Why you think they made the movie Barbershop? And the movie Barbershop, they all basing everything off the ego, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you get your hair cut is it got to do with the ego. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? You trying to you trying to look. It's about a look. You know what I mean? It's about the look. You know, you guys want to be handsome. And, y'all want you guys want to be cute, man. I don't want to be cute. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't care about that. You accept me for who I am and all of that, man. I've been there. I've been a player and all of that. You know, yo, people don't have a clue, man. Don't have a clue, but and I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that, and that was the whole stretch of me going through my journey. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole stretch. So yeah, man. I'm at this point. I had to lay back and observe, man, and lay back from all the BS that's going on out here on these social medias, YouTubes, and all of that. And another thing, people, I don't know why certain people just think that they know some what somebody's doing and all of that. You know, people just don't know what you may be doing, what you going through. You know what I'm saying? What procedures you going through with building yourself up on a day to day. You know what I mean? Just cause you mention certain things and then you don't go in depth detail. Sometimes people get this this mindset that you're not on point, you're not doing things above and beyond, you know, above the norm. So, you know, some people just gotta stop trying to amplify the ego, and stop trying to feel like the man or the woman. You feel like you better than somebody because you may be gaining more intelligence, you may be gaining more light, you may have access to more food, or you might have um, a connect with different wardrobes, clothing, so to speak. And you never know that other person's journey, the other god or goddess. Sometimes people just don't have no idea what the hell is going on with other gods and goddesses out there. People got families, whereas though not even people, it's guys and goddesses out there that got families, whereas though they, even though they got family, they got children, but they all the while they feel like they by themselves. You know what I'm saying? They can't, they probably can't focus because of the fact that they eating right. They the only one in the household that's eating right, and the rest of the fam within the household eat shit. You know, so while they eating shit, you got all this negative entities floating around them. Causing numerous distractions all up in the way. When you speak in truth, it is always a distortion. It's always a distortion happening. You know what I mean? Something always happening when you talking to somebody about the truth, about what's going on. They damn phone always ringing. Somebody always trying to come in and break the signal. You know what I'm saying? I know this video kind of long. I'm just gonna say what I gotta say and get it out. But I actually been thinking, should I continue to make YouTube videos, because I'm at this point where as though, you know, I'm good with just just laying in the cut, just laying in the cut. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about taking the floor. It ain't about having the floor. It's really about spreading the message. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, you know, it's a couple. I've been hearing a few things. I've been hearing a few things from certain people, a certain faction of people, and you know, they leader and all that. I don't know. I think he a double agent and be stealing people messages and stuff. From the chosen. But I ain't even going to get into that, because it's like we like for somebody to be on Facebook continuously, you know, doing this and doing that, spreading this message and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, man, people don't be sun gazing like they like they say they do, man. Or when they speak about certain beings, I mean, I'm talking about this faction. You know what I mean? They talk about they how they connected, but it just don't make sense. Like, if you connected, there's no way you should still be in a predicament that you're in. You know what I mean? Because you're not in rulership. You're not ruling a damn thing. You know what I mean? You still have this earthbound ass mentality. You know, still got this earthbound ass mentality. You know, still cutting your hair. You still. That's what I don't get. Your soul is there, but you gotta know that the soul is in a form of being in a prison of the body, because the body is a prison, even though it's a beneficial vessel that we have. Talking in reference to the gods and goddesses, you gotta know that these souls got put into the body to be limited to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So with your soul being limited, uh, you gotta put it to a point where, as though the soul, you gotta build the soul up to override your vessel. So with that being said, that's when discipline set in. You defeating your fears, because fear is a distortion. Uh, when you override these the norm, the programs, and your soul overcome the vessel, you know what I mean? That's a form of you advancing and you being dedicated. And I don't get how people talk this and talk that, but and I'm talking egotistically. You know what I mean? It's like they talk about the real connection, and I'm not taking shots at nobody. This is what it is. You can't be cutting your antennas, man. You can't. You know, can't be doing that, man. I don't know about anybody else, but when I cut my hair, everything changed. Everything changed. Everything changed. You know, switched all up. You know, your antennas is the manifestation of your soul physically. You know, there's heat rising from the crown. Anytime you see somebody that's bald and stuff like that, it's because they vibrating low. They have a problem with their cells and things like that, and then they burning out. That's why they get this the middle of their head. That's a portal right there. You know what I mean? That's the portal right there, and and you know it begins to burn out. You know what I mean? It begins to burn out, and your pineal gland has a connection with that portal because you have spirits who have the ability to infiltrate that. They can go inside that. They can go inside your head. They can go inside your brain. Because you have an aura around your head. Your head has an aura. It could be either high or low. You know. So yeah, I think that's about it right about now. I just been trying to just observe, and then the whole car scene. With the car, with me running into a damn deer and all of that. You know, that's a whole lot. Excuse me, whole lot going on, man. A whole lot going on. People just need to bury the ego. You know what I'm saying? Get out of the emotional rants. Get out of this ego. Oh, I do this and I do that, and it just needs to stop, man. People need to just grow up, man. Just grow up and stop acting like little babies. You know what I mean? Just grow up. Just grow up. You know, people think people think that they so superior, but and benevolent, but you gotta see that you in the same pot. You in the same predicament. You know what I mean? We all in the same predicament. You know what I mean? But you feel as though you're above and beyond. And it don't have nothing to do with that. It's about spreading the message, enlightening your people, so we can get the hell off this damn planet. And that's what we all have in common. You know, that's what we all have as a whole, as far as being on this damn planet. You know what I'm saying? It's hell hole, man. It's a hell hole, man. So I mean, people need to cut it, man. Like they some being of benevolence, and anybody take this the wrong way, then oh well, it ain't about that. I'm not trying to diss nobody. I'm just saying for what it is. It's just what it is, man. If anybody take this disrespectfully, then that's on you. That's on you, man. Whoever, you know. I ain't here to tell people what they like and what they dislike. I'm just here to talk about the facts, you know, and uplift so we can become better. You know, even on Facebook, you got these people on Facebook. Most of my friends on Facebook, man, they pumping up this. They black fist. They green, red, and black. They talking about they African and they black. Within the neighborhood that I live in, I know who the Africans are. You know what I mean? I know who they are. I know how they operate, what they look like, and how they operate. You know what I mean? I know their well being. You know what I mean? It's not lavish. You know what I mean? It's not exquisite. It damn sure ain't godly. You know, a lot of people worship material things. Matter based things, matter based material, and don't know what the hell is going on. You know, don't know what the hell is going on out here, man. I want to live in intelligence, man, and just build up my brain on a day to day basis, man. I don't want to live on this damn planet thinking everything is alright, because it's not. It's not, man. I don't even want to play no damn video games. I don't want to break. I don't want. I'm at a point where as though I'm slowly but surely kicking out the TV, man. I'm kicking off these damn movies. I don't want to watch TV because why would I want to look at something that's downgrading my soul, stripping that strips down my soul. You know what I mean? My light. Why would I want to sit up there and stare at that screen? And people don't know, man. It be certain people don't know is that these damn spirits be jumping out in and out the damn TV, man. I be closing my eyes. I be sitting at my table, sitting in my chair, I just close my eyes, man, and amplify my pineal gland. Thing be vibrating, thriving, and then what happened is I hear these damn noises and all that. I hear them jumping in and out the damn TV and all of that. They be making all types of noise, man. I be hearing them, man. I be hearing these guys walk, all that. Another thing too, I want to tell y'all, man. I be seeing light particles and stuff. Like I could be looking at certain objects. I can be looking at the wall. Sometimes I can look past, or not look past, but you know, I can see a light particle near like a wall or something. And I just see these light particles, man. They be moving and things like that, man. Light particles on these objects. So that's a vision beyond human eyes. Human eyes. That's what I'm saying. We not. I ain't even gonna talk about it. But yeah, I'm about to close this video. It's been a little long. It's about like damn near 40 minutes. But yeah, much honor and salute to the guys and goddesses. Peace.